As we continue to bring you rolling coverage of the EFF's national shutdown, 29 people have been arrested in the northwest during the shutdown. Residents in different areas of the province have been dispersed following their attempt to block roads in the province. Our reporter Refiloe Seboko is joining us now from Lichtenburg. Refiloe, very good afternoon to you. I know that members are out in the streets. They're still singing. Talk to us about what's happened there today.
What's happening right now in Lichtenburg, just by Nelson Mandela Drive and 7th July. This is the route that is linking Colini, Sunny Soft. Remember also this is the same route, I think about a couple of weeks back, where 2 trucks were touched here in Lichtenburg during the service delivery protest by some of the Bladeville members. But like you said in your intro, so far what we found out from the MEC of Community Safety in the Northwest Province, indicating that 29 people have been arrested. But just before this crossing, Fanon Moema from the EFF in the Northwest got a call to say that in Kenneth Kaunda, about 10 people have been arrested. Maybe give us the latest or up to date. What is it that you know about this so far?
Well, by far we cannot confirm whether those people are members of the EFF or not, but what I can confirm is that indeed I received a phone call confirming to me that there are people who are arrested. We are here to get full details in terms of in which police station were they taken to and the reasons for their apprehension. So we are going to follow up with the case. However, there's ongoing trend of police trying to provoke protesters on the ground, concerned citizens, members of the EFF and other organizations which join us in the protest. And our forces are remaining disciplined. We are not causing any reason, or we are not giving police any reasonable ground for them to apprehend the people. So I think it's some ulterior motives from the government to try and disrupt the genuine discourse by the economic freedom fighters.
Your engagement with some of the community members that are not really members of the EFF who are taking part in this protest, what is it really about? What are you finding out from them about taking a decision to participate?
It's quite evident that all sectors of the society are affected. We engage the tribal leadership, we engage business people, we engage taxi associations, we engage unemployed and employed people. So each sector of the society or group of people in our society have predicaments with load shedding, have a challenge with the incompetence of the sitting government. Not long ago, here we are, where we are currently in Ditsobotla, we are from by-elections because of the incompetence of the ANC, misappropriation of funds, corruption, nepotism and stuff like that. So today again, sitting here, the community of Ditsobotla are saying they're still not happy. Not long ago, they themselves, community of Ditsobotla, engaged in a protest. So this is a rolling mass action whereby all sectors of the society have interest in demonstrating to the government that indeed they are not happy. Unemployment is rising. If you check just closer to us here, we are in front of a mall. During the process of preparing for this, what do you call a shutdown and a protest, we engaged business people. They were informing us that it's no work, no pay in terms of the load shedding schedule. So if a person is to work 4 hours a day, then they only get paid for that 4 hours. So it means the situation is moving from bad to worse now. So they are also coming together with us to say, let's try and rescue the situation. Let's try and push together as a collective and ensure that Cyril Ramaphosa resign. But most importantly, they're also saying, let's do it peacefully. Ditsobotla is known for being a violent area, but today with the EFF, they illustrate the highest form of discipline, whereby they came with discipline. We have never encountered a situation where a person is being accused of loitering, of threatening anyone or opposing some sort of violence. They illustrate the highest form of discipline and character. So we are quite proud of them, and we are going to proceed with this protest until the president of the EFF and the leadership of the EFF give a directive that we can now seize the picket lines and maybe just take some time to rest and get the directive in terms of what must happen after.
And how do you measure the what is it that what you are trying to achieve about the shutdown in the Northwest Province? You talked about engaging traditional leaders in the province. You talked about engaging businesses. We've been in Mahikeng, where street vendors are saying this shutdown is inconvenience to them and badly affecting their business.
Well, every business person must be worried because they are providing services to people whom on a daily basis can no longer afford to really consume those services. So they are all affected. It might be directly or indirectly, but we are not going to tire from conscientizing them as business people, because sometimes out of ignorance and a short sight, they think that it's an inconvenience, only to find that we are assisting and rescuing them from this ongoing predicament and this collapsing economy. All these businesses, whether small scale business and large scale business, all of them, they are badly affected. The situation is worsening. So we are really assisting them. It's also for them. Load shedding is affecting most of them. Most people are retrenched now. Most people are now getting peanuts as a result of this ongoing load shedding. So really, it's a predicament for all of us. So they must be patient with the process, but as well, they must trust the EFF with this responsibility of championing this struggle. So I think we're going to pursue them further in terms of making sure that they're conscious of the situation and their rights as citizens of this country.
I want us to touch on two things just before I hand it back to the studio. One, what's your take on what seems to be some criminal activities or some people trying to use the shutdown as an opportunity, to pursue such activities? I'm talking about this because on our way here, because the roads are barricaded now, motorists to pass by, there are people who are saying, give us money for us to be able to pass. Secondly, you talked about the issue of casualties. Please give us a response based on those two issues.
Well, firstly, where we are, we have not encountered such a situation. And however, we have engaged our ground forces to be vigilant about such elements, and as and when they're such, they're going to inform us, and we will then isolate those who are trying to hijack a genuine cause. But secondly, the situation we had where we are, there are good Samaritans who are passing by, and that situation must not be misconstrued, who then said, no, we sympathize with your program, can we supplement your water, fruits, or something else? So that must not be misconstrued to be a situation where people solicit money from motorists or establishing some sort of bogus toll gates. So there are those good Samaritans who are really assisting in the process, but however, where there are such elements, will then intervene decisively and ensure that we isolate those who come with criminal elements. In terms of casualties, like I said earlier, the police are the ones who are provoking our people, shooting them without any reasonable ground. I myself, I witnessed the situation at midnight where peaceful protesters were just shot with rubber bullets. So we are going to monitor the situation closely.
Thank you so much for your time. Fanon Mokoena Mpohi is from the EFF in the Northwest. Let's leave it there for now and send it back to the studio.